Hello, welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's well. I'm a bit warm in this jumper. It were cool when I got out of bed this morning. Now it is very warm for the UK. It's probably only about 14 degrees, but it feels like about 24 degrees. Am I right? Sun's out, washing's out, people are cutting the grass. Mine will still be boggy till mid-May because half of my garden gets waterlogged. Do you think that the sun is out to stay? Or do you think that Mother Nature is playing a little bit of a joke on us? Whatever it is, I'm all for it, because lots of kids are off on the Easter holidays, aren't they? And it's nice for them that aren't going abroad to have a little bit of sunshine when the kids are off school. So I'm all for it. Plus, I can dry my bedding on my washing line. What's better in the world than drying your washing on a washing line? Anyway, I am back with a food shop. What can I say about the food shops really? Well, we are a household of 6, although my eldest daughter has recently moved back home for a little while, not permanently, just for a while. She tends to buy most of her own food, or she eats very limited stuff in our house. So while I have to say that she's living here, I don't overly include her in the food shops. And then we have 2 teens, a tween and 2 adults. This year I have been trying to reduce my food bill because I was sick of seeing the prices going up, and instead of me sort of saying, oh, my money, I'm going to be paying even more money for groceries, I thought, hang on a minute, let me see whether I can just adjust my spending habits slightly, because I have been known to buy things that I don't use. Not that I waste, but they go into the nether. They sort of go into the store cupboard, and 6, 7, 8 months time they're still there in the store cupboard. Sauces, I'm a sauces person, I can't resist a good sauce. But it has been known many times for me to just put them in the nether, and then they're just there collecting dust. So I thought, right, let me assess my own shopping habits and let's see if I can bring it down a bit. And I have been successful, actually. I think we've gone from roughly 600 quid a month for a family of 5/6 to just over 400 quid a month, which is a big saving, actually, isn't it? If you were putting that saving away in a jar, that is a little bit of a Christmas budget. So I am glad that I'm doing it. I'm continue doing it. I've changed the way that I've shopped in. I'm not buying the sort of stuff that I think, ooh, that sounds nice. I'm sort of not buying that anymore. But I've also changed the shops that I'm going to. So I'm still doing Ocado occasionally, but I'm just not doing a big Ocado shop like I were. I started going to Heaven Foods a little bit more, but again, I would never be able to do a full shop in Heron Foods. I go in there for the ooh, and it's a decent price ooh as well, not a big splurge. I've knocked Iceland on the head, not because there's anything wrong with Iceland, but I'm just not buying as much frozen food. I've been doing Uber Eats Fresh Mondays. This is what we're showing you today, along with an Ocado shop. And what else have I been doing? Being at Aldi. I am, or have been predominantly for many, many years, a home delivery person. Like, I just like it, and then the only thing that I've got to do is put it into my cupboards. But I have been in Aldi as well, but not this week. And this week we are shopping for 5/6 people. Last week I did a 2-person shop, and I spent as much money as I would have done if I was shopping for a family of 5. Daz, recently, have been in America for a week. They are coming home in a couple of days, so I am shopping for them again. But newsflash, half of the stuff that I bought last week, I've still sort of got. So I should have only bought half of it. I should have. I'm still learning. Anyway, I've got some figures for me Uber Eats, because I've ordered quite a bit, and I wanted to know what the price differences were. Because if you haven't been on Uber Eats, or maybe if you've not even registered, you don't shop at Morrisons, Uber Eats prices are more than what the store charges. Get my tongue and my brain in gear. So they add little bits of money on So the Uber Eats on a fresh Monday, it's half the price on fruit and vegetables that you would pay for Uber Eats, but not within Morrisons. So there's always a little bit of a price difference. You always save money though. That is the good thing. Even with the service charge on, you still save money, or I have been saving money anyway. But this week I needed to buy a couple of extra bits because we've got no chicken in house. And oh my God, if we ain't got any chicken in house, we've got nothing to eat, according to Drew. So I thought, right, well, I'll just get it with my delivery and then I'm not having to go to the shop because we know what I'm like. So I'll tell you prices now because I've spent quite a bit. Let me find it. If I had shopped in a Morrisons store or online, I would have paid $43.36 for the food that I'm going to show you. And if I'd have needed it delivered, I'd have had to wait until tomorrow and paid £3.50 delivery charge, all right? With Uber Eats, if I'd have just gone on Uber Eats tomorrow and ordered the food because I wanted it there and then, it would have cost me £54.20. That's before any delivery charge. So that would have cost me like 11 quid more. However, because we've got Uber Eats Monday, it's actually cost me £32.47. So I've saved 11 quid. I do like doing it on a Monday because I've got all my fruit and veg for the week. And then come Sunday, I usually go through my fridge, clear out like you really crappy random carrot. This is a random wobbly carrot, by the way, this. Can you see it? It's there. You can see it now though, can't you? And then I'll probably, the Sunday and the Monday, I'll use the vast majority of any fruit or veg that's been left. Then we start again on a Monday and I'm liking it. If you're saving between, I don't know, 6 and 11 quid a week, that is a decent saving. You don't have to just go for big savings. The small savings add up as well. Anyway, let me show you what I got. I'll show you the full price stuff first. So we've got some chicken breasts, obviously, because we need chicken. It's needed as far as Drew's concerned. That cost me £1 more by getting it through Uber Eats. The wraps, they cost me 20 pence more. And then the eggs, I think they cost me, my piece of paper's over the other side. I think they cost me 25 pence. Yeah, 25 pence more. So you can see how it's going to add up to quite a considerable amount of extra money. But I don't know, Uber Eats, they deliver within an hour if you've got unexpected guests or anything like that, and you haven't got or you can't get to the shops. Is it worth spending an extra tenner to get things in an hour delivered? Let me know what you think. Anyway, what have we got? Broccoli, tender stem, love it. I even have this as a lunch with garlic and maple syrup, soy sauce, just pan fry it. Check the different weights. This were the best value, 330 grams. And it does last a good while if you store it in the fridge. Organic carrots. Some of these prices have actually gone up as well. These have gone up. I think they're now 60 pence on the Fresh Mondays, which they're, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're £1 in store. So you're saving like 40 pence. Baking potatoes. They're not big. Oh, and that one's absolutely shite, actually. Look at that. So I might not use that as a baking potato. I might just cut that bit out and then just use it as roast potatoes or something. Sugar snap peas. I love sugar snap peas and I haven't had any since last summer. Little gem lettuce. The last ones that I ordered, I absolutely wasted because a switch had gone on the back of my fridge, you know, for my fruit and veg drawer, and it had put it on freeze. It's just this little fancy thing that you can do, and somebody had knocked it. So loads of my fruit and veg right at the back had frozen solid, and this just died. So I didn't get to use one last week. Bag of potatoes. I have been doing roast potatoes quite a few times recently, or we do sort of homemade chips and done in the oven. They are nice. Some brown onions, a cucumber. I did order organic because there were hardly any price in it. So if there's not much of a price difference, I'll order organic. But they sent me a normal one from the Netherlands. Anyway, these were 30p in the offer, and they're 50p in the shop. Pears, got 3 pears, got some red onions. I am bloody loving red onions at the minute with everything, even jacket potato. I'm loving it. 3 peppers. One of the good things about this is when you get to order things loose, it comes in paper bags. So even though I've got stuff in plastic, I've been given the option of opting out of the plastic with some of the items. Some little corns, they're going to be used today and tomorrow because they don't last very long, do they, when they're done like this? It's just for Drew to go eat his chicken. Pomegranate seeds, I like to have these on salads and with yoghurt that's coming tomorrow in my Ocado. Coriander, bloody loving coriander, you know, on everything. But I also like it in salads with pomegranate seeds. Have you had that combination? It is nice. Couple of mangoes. I'm liking the tropical fruit vibe at the moment. So are the kids. Raspberries. I'm also wanting to have a go at making some raspberry jam. Here you see, this is £2 on more card price, and I think they were £1.25 in the offer. So you can see, it's not half price, but it's near on there. Golden kiwi, still got a couple from last week's, bought 2 packs. They're bloody lovely. If you've never tried a golden kiwi, try one. A couple of bunches of banana. They are bananas. They are a good price. 2 papayas. I had my first fresh papaya. Well, fresh, it's been fresh and been stored for a long time, so it's not like it's fresh from the tree, is it? It surprised me. I didn't realise that they weren't sweet. I don't know whether papayas fresh from the tree and fresh from the country that they're grown in are sweet, but it was different. I ate the full one. But yeah, £1.17 these are in the offer, and I really like them. I think Neve's going to like them as well. Got a couple of melons. This is a tiny cantaloupe melon. And then we've got a honeydew one. Oh, I've showed you this lot already, haven't I? I think that's it. It is a good way of trying some different fruit and veg that you haven't tried before. Not everything is half price. And what I've figured out is that if you order earlier, you get more choice. So last week, I didn't realise that they didn't start deliveries till 12. But so I went on at maybe about 10 o'clock, and there were loads of stuff available. But then I was going out, so I couldn't have it delivered. So then when I went back later on, so maybe about 3, 4, lots of the things are gone. So I would say possibly it might be a good idea if you're going to try it to do it when it first sort of goes online, because in my opinion you've got more choice then. Sainsbury's do it, Asda do it. If you're lucky enough to live near a Waitrose, they also do it. It's just it's a good thing to do. I'm liking it. Right, it's going to be like a second for you, but it's going to be about 24 hours for me. Let's go over to Ocado. So we're not needing much this week. We're having everything left over from last week. I have decided to try a couple of new bits that I wouldn't usually buy. So say for instance, this organic cheese. Normally I get the Aldi one, or I get the M&S one, which is about £2.90 a block. This is £4. So this is an expensive cheese maybe for what it is, but I haven't tried it yet. One of my kids keeps commenting on how the texture of the cheese has changed lately. So I thought, right, let's, just because we're not needing loads and we're not spending loads this week, let's just try this Yeo Valley Organic and let's see what that's like. Hello, yes, you're here. So we've got that. 4 boxes of eggs. I'm doing some bacon. We usually go through 2 or 3 boxes anyway in a week, but I've bought the extra box. He's not hungry, by the way, if you can hear that cat. He's just being annoying. So I'm going to do some Easter bacon, so I need some extra eggs. Got a bag of pasta for the store cupboard. that's a good price at the minute. It's like half price, £1.12, something like that. They do have some really good discounts on tomato sauce. I went through all different varieties of tomato sauce and then just went back to Heinz. You know, when they were putting up prices up, £3.50 for that. Again, they were money knocked off. Mayonnaise, again, tried other mayonnaise, but just always go back to Elman's. And because you don't use a lot, I just think you might as well buy what you like. Again, that I got money knocked off. This is one of the nicest dipping sauces you'll probably ever try. About £2.60, I think. Got some rose water for some baking that I'm doing. This has got good reviews. I was trying to find one that was just rose and water. Because some of them have got lots of added ingredients that you really don't need. So that one's quite an alright one. 3 cans of tuna. It works out cheaper to get these individual Marks and Spencer's tins than it does to buy, you know, when they're all in a pack. It's just got 3 tins of that. This is cacao powder that I use. It's £6.50. You can also get it on Amazon, but it's just a little bit cheaper if you get it through Ocado. It is very, very nice. Some cacao powders can leave like a soapy taste in your mouth, I think, sometimes, and this one, definitely not. It's the nicest one I've tried. Because they're coming back from America tomorrow, I thought I might get some pizzas in. Not that they won't have ate pizza in America, but they're a nice, easy thing to put in oven. And they're half price. These are half price quite a lot in Ocado and in Waitrose. Half price being about £2.50. So well worth it. They're nice, the sloppy Giuseppe's. And then we just got 2 Americanos. Couple of whole milks. Eo Valley, I've swapped to organic milk recently, so it does cost more, but I'm liking it. So I'm just going to choose to spend a little bit more money on the milk. This brand is a good brand. This was on offer and worked out cheaper than buying 2 separate ones. Again, I'm going to go with Eo Valley organic this time, just because it were on offer, really. I do like quite a lot of the different yogurts. It's got milk, and that is it. It's also got your live cultures, and it's the live cultures that you need if you're ever going to try to make yogurt from scratch using a spoonful of your existing yogurt. I don't know whether you knew that or whether you've ever looked into making your own yogurt. I think I might try it this time. I've been wanting to do it for ages, where you just use a tablespoon or the leftovers in a pot of your used yogurt, and then you do something. And I'm just not quite sure what you do, but I feel like it's one of those things that when you do it and it works, you just then carry on doing it and you never stop. So I'm looking forward to trying it. Decided to have some bougie butter. £3.25 I think it were, though, for the block. Hopefully it is nice. I'm wanting to try different butters because I've noticed that the ones that I've bought before, Aldi and Marks and Spencer's ones, the texture's changed slightly. So I thought, you know what, we don't use loads of it, so I'm just going to treat us to a nice bougie block of butter. Some sour cream because they're coming back. We hadn't used sour cream all week, but we need it when the teens are here. But then I forgot to buy the tortilla chips anyway. And then these are the little bits that I bought for baking. So not technically part of my weekly shop price, to be honest, because I've bought them for a special thing. I've got some little tartlets because I really don't want to attempt to make my own, and I want them to look visually beautiful. I think you get 18 for £3. And then I've got some mini eggs. I can't remember how much they are, but the little packs worked out better value than the big pack that they do, only by about 8p per 100 grams, but it's still there. And again, they're to make some Easter treats with. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing over the next week or so. I'm going to be making some Easter treats, having a play around with some recipes, easy, no bake. I'm going to do some lemon ones, and of course for Easter some chocolate ones. So I will put them up on channel. Actually, I've started adding recipes to the library on this channel, and it's just because people ask me when I'm mentioning in my shops. I haven't today, I've not mentioned what I'm going to be cooking, but usually I'll mention something that I'm doing, then somebody will ask me for a recipe. So I'm trying to build a little library up so I can divert people to those recipes, and then you've got it. I'm also doing them sort of easy to follow because I like easy. I don't know whether you like easy or difficult. I'm at that stage in my cooking that I can take more difficult things on, but I think that when people are starting from scratch, maybe they don't want overcomplicated, do they? So I'm not delivering overcomplicated. But yeah, so this week, I don't know what I'm going to be cooking. I've just bought, as you've seen, loads of veg, loads of fruit. I've got beef mince in the freezer, beef mince in the fridge, got those chicken breasts. I'm getting better at breading the chicken breast. You know how I've been saying that I've wanted to do my own chicken goujons because it does actually save money. I did a set last night and one chicken breast made so many chicken goujons. But this time, just in case you fancy trying it, I just tried it with breadcrumbs. So dipped the slices of chicken in the egg and then had some breadcrumbs, paprika and some mild chili powder mixed together and then just coated them. They were okay. They're not perfect though. They're not perfect. If anybody does their own, help me out. Tell me what you do. So I've tried 2 different ways now, and neither way is the one that I actually want. It's a lovely sunny day. I hope you're having a really nice week in the sunshine. It does make a whole load of difference, doesn't it? By the way, I rewear my clothes, just in case you've noticed. Like, my hair looks slightly different, but she's got the same bloody jumper on. Who does she think she is? I am somebody who rewears my clothes quite frequently because I can't be arsed with all the additional washing. Right, I hope you've got something out of the video, even if it's just chilling out for 20 minutes while you watch me ramble on about what I've bought for this week. If there's any recipes that I've ever mentioned that you want to see, let me know, because I'm always cooking them, I'm always recycling recipes, and I'll stick it on the channel for you. Look out for the lentil dal recipe. It's going up on Thursday, and oh my lord, you need to make it. Right, you take care. Till next time, bye.